Alrighty tubers, it's a small engine for you. It's a Honda EB5000X. It's a nice generator. It's got auto throttle on it. It's customers. This has got to be the same. I'll show you in a minute the copy of this. I have the copy, Chinese copy of it. But anyways, neighbor actually, customer slash neighbor brought it over to me today. Just wants me to look at it. It's got problems. It's got it won't start. Tries to exercise it every 6 months, which you should do with generators. You start them, let them warm up. Put like a 50% load, 50 to 75% load on the engine. Let it run for half an hour or to an hour, and then unplug everything, let it cool down, and shut it off. But let's keep the auto throttle off. Let's go ahead and choke it. Let's see if we can get it to start. Of course, I'm pulling with my left hand. Let's try my right. Nothing at all. So let's go ahead and smell the gas. I always smell just the gas cap. It's okay. It's definitely getting old. It's definitely getting stale. But I don't think that's the problem. I think it is the carburetor itself. So, I'm gonna go ahead and set that guy off to the side. I'd like to go get some carb cleaner and see if I can get it to start off with carb cleaner. So give me 1 second. I'll go get the carb cleaner. Hello, Bosley. So, I got the carb cleaner now. So, the reason why I get carb cleaner isn't just to see if I could get it to start and run with a little help, but I just want to see if it'll fire over, if it'll start with this. If it will start with this, then I can rule out the ignition system. The ignition system is not the problem, and it's going to be the carburetor. But if it doesn't fire with this, then it's going to be the ignition system, and possibly the carburetor as well, but it'll be the ignition system not being able to start it. Does that make sense? So, 2 good spurts. I'm going to pull that choke again. As you heard there, definitely started on carb cleaner and then shut right back off again. The fuel is on. I'm going to go ahead and shut that off. So it's definitely the carburetor then. So what we're going to need to do, I'm going to drain the fuel out of the carburetor here, and then I'll get into the carburetor. May pull off the carburetor. Not the easiest thing with Hondas, but it's definitely worth it. Yeah, this is one I'm going to probably have to pull off. Just looking at it, the way it's got the anti-dieseling valve on the bottom and all that fun stuff, so I'm going to have to pull that guy off. It's alright. So let's go ahead and get that guy pulled off. We'll get to it here. Sorry, just trying to think. Yep, I'll pull that guy off. I'm going to play with it a little bit off camera just to see what's going on. I'm just going to kind of run it off the carb cleaner, see if it runs good or if it's really shoddy or whatever. So give me a little bit, and next time you see this, it's probably you'll have the carburetor off. Cool. Alrighty tubers, so you can physically see that that jet in this carburetor is plugged. It's actually not letting fuel sitting on top of it go through it. Bottom of the carburetor is really not in that bad condition. There's a light film on it. And then this anti-dieseling valve has got some stuff on it. I'm wondering if this guy isn't stuck, possibly. I'll make sure he's free moving before I stick him back in there. But the fuel, when you turn it on, flows freely, which is good. I also like to turn this on sometimes and make sure it's running really, flowing really good. Wait a few seconds, because, oh, you're out of focus. Like I was saying, because sometimes the fuel in the little bowl right here, this little screen filter, it's supposed to be kind of a water separator or whatever too, but I've never seen it really work that way. So make sure that's flowing through. Make sure that has, nothing in it, that it's, got fresher fuel from the tank, because sometimes the fuel that's in here and in the fuel line and in the carburetor just go bad, but the gas in the tank will smell just fine, or a lot newer. See that happening a lot. So I'm gonna spray out all these passages on here. This guy's really clean though, and then I'm just gonna spray carb cleaner through there and force it through and get it to clean itself out. So may even pull that jet out if I can find a screwdriver that'll fit. I'm supposed to pull those jets out and clean them, but I don't always. So give me just a second, tubers. All right, just a quickie here. That anti-desealing valve was definitely stuck closed. The jet was definitely stuck closed. The bottom of that wasn't that dirty, so I'm just gonna start reassembling it here, get it back together, and see if we get her to start. Cool. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and try to start her up here. I'm gonna choke it up. I'm not putting the air filter on back on yet. I'm just gonna try it without it, make sure it runs okay before I button the rest of it back up. So let's go ahead and turn the fuel on, give it a second to fill up the bowl. Whenever you pull over a 2-stroke, 4-stroke, whatever, it's best to find your compression cycle right there, and then that's where you pull from. Sorry for the shaky camera. Go ahead and take that choke off then. So it's still not running right. Probably have to pull that back out and get that jet totally cleaned out. Just goes to show you, you'd think I'd learn, and I have. Just usually when I want to get something done quickly, I do it not fully, but it's best to have, when you have something apart, to do it right the first time, so you don't have to do it again. Do it right or do it twice. So, gonna have to do it twice. I'm gonna have to pull it apart again, clean that out. So be it. See you in a bit, tubers.